It's a story that grew rather unexpectedly out of two big sporting events, the Super Bowl and the Olympics, where investigators found evidence and victims of what is considered a modern slavery. Correspondent Lisa Bernard now on how San Francisco is addressing the challenge of freeing those who are trapped.
This is one of the massage parlors that we visited last night.
San Francisco Police Sergeant Tony Flores is looking for modern-day slaves, people who are forced to work against their will for little or no pay, who are sometimes invisible. Flores makes repeated visits to the city's many massage parlors with the hope that anyone who is a victim of human trafficking will eventually feel comfortable reaching out to him for help.
Are there some that are legitimate?
Yes, yes. Hello. How are you? You okay? All right, okay. Just checking. All right, we just want to make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah, everything okay.
All right, okay. Okay, were you guys sleeping?
What?
You watching? Oh, you waiting for customers? No customers.
There was nothing amiss this day, but Sergeant Flores says some of the city's massage parlors serve as brothels.
If you looked off to the side, you notice like the pink and the mirrored room, and that's kind of the staging area. That's where the girls will come and kind of be paraded out.
Sergeant Flores is not looking to arrest the workers. He just wants to make sure they are here by their own choice. And he wants to be sure they agree to this lifestyle. He sees too many people who feel they have no other options.
They're doing it out of force or fear, or because they were conned.
Human trafficking is the world's fastest growing criminal enterprise. It's a $32 billion industry worldwide. And with the rise of the internet, it's now even easier for sex traffickers to find and communicate with their customers.
Since December 2007, more than 9,500 cases of sex trafficking have been reported in the U.S. Flores introduced us to one woman who was forced to work in strip clubs for nearly 8 years by a man she believed was in love with her. We'll call her Carla. Her exploiter is still free, and she's afraid to be identified by her real name.
I was very young and very vulnerable. I had just moved to San Francisco.
Carla was raised by an upper-middle-class family. After high school, she came to San Francisco with the AmeriCorps program, working for $5 an hour doing public service projects for the community. She says she met a charismatic, attractive man, and they started dating.
I thought that we were falling in love, and eventually he just kind of said, well, if you still want to be with me, then there are some things that I'm going to need you to do. And going and working in a strip club was what he wanted me to do.
Soon, Carla was earning $3,000 cash for an 8-hour shift stripping, and she handed her money over to the man who made her dance. She says she was terrified of him.
He used very well-known manipulation techniques, including sleep deprivation. He always had me feeling like he was watching me, so I was very paranoid. And he was constantly giving me rules and then changing the rules, so I never really knew when I was safe and when I wasn't.
At one point, she says, he made her work 90 days in a row, double shifts.
There was an incident when he got really angry with me for being so tired that I was dozing off, that he just lost control and broke every piece of glass in my apartment, and then also beat me.
But she says he was careful not to leave bruises, or she wouldn't be able to do her work at the strip club.
I made a lot of money, but I didn't enjoy, quote unquote, any of it. I mean, in his mind, he truly believed that that was his money.
Carla says he had other women under his control too. They sent him adoring letters that she kept and shared with us. This young woman writes, quote, I know I am not quite molded to your perfection, but I look forward to the day I am, and will push myself and try my hardest until you are satisfied, and then 1,000,000 times more. End quote.
He told me almost every day that he would kill me if I left him, that I was his property.
She says she was finally able to get the strength to run away from the man controlling her after a manager at the club let her get some sleep in a closet instead of dancing during her shift. Carla and her abuser got into a fight.
He left and slammed the door thinking that he would basically come back later and I would still be there. but instead I threw everything that I could into a garbage bag and grabbed my laptop and left.
Carla says she's okay now.
I went to a lot of trauma therapy and started to heal.
Now 34, she'll graduate with a BA from UC Berkeley this summer. As for the man who exploited her, she went to the police, but they were not able to make an arrest. She believes he had moved out of state.
I think I'll always look over my shoulder for the rest of my life.
Do you have a message for other young women?
There are people that care about you, even though you might feel like you're ostracized by society. There is help.
In California, landmark legislation passed last year that requires adult clubs, bus and train stops, and emergency rooms to post signs, offers phone numbers and support to victims of slavery and human trafficking.
As you start putting more attention to it, well, then laws need to be changed. There need to be more services for victims. There needs to be more penalties and stiffer penalties, and giving us more tools, law enforcement, more tools to go ahead and fight this fight. And if you ever want anything, you need to call me, and I'll help you out, okay?
He wants to give these women the courage to get out if they want to, like Carla did.
I know I will never put an end to it. A billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar organization. And again, we will not ever be able to stop this, but we will be able to change individuals' lives, and it's those individuals that have the power. And that's what I'm hoping, is that we continue this, that we don't turn a blind eye.
It was a dark chapter in my life, and now it's over.
She's one of the few successes. Thousands are still trapped, too afraid to speak up and get out. Lisa Bernard, Al Jazeera, San Francisco.